Well, welcome. My name is Marcel Groos from RUF Automobile. We are a German car manufacturer. We have our 75th year anniversary this year, here in 2014 at the Geneva Motorshow I. Very proud to present some of our products here on the stand, and I would invite you for a little virtual tour over our stand. What you see here is the RUF RCT, originally built in 1994. We brought this car here today because we have a special history. It's 20 years that we built the RCT, and the RCT was based on a normal Carrera engine, normally aspirated. And so the specialty was that we basically modified the engine and put a turbo on top. So you had the perfect combination of a normally aspirated engine that has a high combustion ratio, high compression ratio, so you really have good torque development, and together with the turbo it's a very linear power development. Also, we've improved the whole chassis. Since we are a car manufacturer, we are not just working on modular elements of the car. We really want to have a complete product that is sportive and very performance oriented. So we reinforce the complete structure with our reinforced integrated roll cage. That's what you might see here at the B or at the A pillar. We have extra tubes that are welded to the chassis, which are later on covered in leather. We took away the rain sill for more pure design, and we also changed the position of the rear view mirrors. The car was completely done by hand by our team. We have around 60 employees who work in our atelier, in our workshop, and build our RUF cars. So this was 20 years ago, a very big success for us. So this year we are continuing the successful story with the new RCT. The new RCT also is based on a Carrera normally aspirated engine that has 3.8 liters and normally produces 400 horsepower. We put a B-turbo system on top and the intercooler just in the engine bay. So this car produces 525 horsepower, but from the outside there is no difference to see to a regular Carrera model except the rear lid, because for the intercooler we have to create more space, so we have a bigger rear lid. 525 horsepower. The car is available with rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, a manual transmission, or if you want to have a double-clutch gearbox. So let's go on the other side of the car. I'll show you a little bit of the interior, and then we'll open the engine bay to really show you what our technology is. You can see here is that we put the intercooler for the turbo system right on top of the engine. Just like on older models where we used to do this before, we are doing this in a very compact way. So we're not having a lot of extra way where the tubes have to go. So the reaction or the response time of the turbo is very short, because the volume it has to fill up with compressed air. How the pressure is being created is very little, so it builds up the power very quickly. We are running a very mild boost, so it's not a high pressure on the turbo, so we don't have any temperature issues here, and it's just perfect, great and neat and very reliable package. Being added here, so the air comes in here, it goes through the intercooler that you just saw with the open lid, and then we have our air exits here in the back, those two holes, so it's a very discreet and very good disguised way to have this extra power unit being camouflaged. Here on the interior of this car we just put some nice little details. We didn't go for a full option version, so you can see all these areas which had been painted in the exterior color, also the outer panels of the seats, and we changed the stitching of the leather with our own handcrafted upholstery department. We added these extra stitches which have a very nice contrast note to the interior trim. Another very special feature that you can get with every RUF car that we build is the height adjustable hydraulic lift system. So we have a button that we put here. When you push the button, the car is lifted up by 5 centimeters on the front axle, which really provides you good comfort for everyday driving in the city, for underground parking, or speed bumps that you might find on the road. And this is a very intelligent system, because whenever you forget to lower the car and you drive faster than 50 kilometers per hour, the car will lower itself automatically. So here we have our top model. We are very happy to provide this model. It's a RUF Ctr 3, third generation. Ctr 3 stands for Class C Turbo RUF, third generation. And we built this car with a lot of effort, also developing ourselves further and further to our complete individual brand, as RUF is already known for. So it's our complete own design. So when you look at the car, you have round shapes, you have curves from the front to the rear, all over the car. So it's very nice curves, just like the female body, which is very attractive to all of us. And here we have the most sportiest version. It's called the Ctr 3 Club Sport. And here we have extra wide wheel arches to have the extra wide setup of the rear suspension and extra wide tires. And we have a big permanent carbon rear spoiler that provides downforce already at low speeds. When you look at the outside shape, you see it's a very compact, very low car. We have a low center of gravity, and I will show you why. Because we basically re-engineered the complete chassis with a tubular frame, and the outer panels are made out of carbon fiber to have the perfect weight reduction. Welcome to the engine bay of the Ctr 3. You can see that this has nothing to do with a regular car you might know from serious production. Tubes come together from our own tubular frame that we have adopted to the existing chassis, and the rear axle is really the center of attention here in the engine bay. It's a pushrod system where we are deviating with these big aluminum pieces the forces coming from the wheels, and we just use the space that we have here in the width, because these shock absorbers, which are necessary force-wise, would be too big to have them behind the wheel, behind the tire, because the car should be as low as possible for the center of gravity. So we're just deviating the forces and use the space here. You can also see that this is a totally adjustable suspension system. So in height we are completely flexible on all four wheels to adjust height and angles. And of course we can change the comfort of driving by adapting the shock absorbers. It's a massive aluminum piece that we mill, and the complete rear axle takes around 22 hours on a CNC machine to mill out all these shapes of the concrete or solid aluminum piece. When you look further to the front, we have our centrally oriented flat 6 B-turbo engine. For perfect balance, we have it in the center with the transmission in the rear. It's a 7-speed double clutch gearbox that allows, of course, very fast shifting, perfect launch control use for a perfect driving experience. The car has rear wheel drive, and the engine produces 777 horsepower with a torque of 980 Newton meters. So we really took this flat 6 turbo engine completely apart, changed all the internal parts which are relevant for performance, and changed it into a better material. That means we have titanium connecting rods, we have lightweight pistons, bigger turbochargers, and then of course our own intercoolers here on the side. And this really gives you the assurance that you have those 777 horsepower in a very durable, very long-lasting way, because our quality is at least the serious production quality that you expect from a brand like RUF. So I want to explain a little bit about the interior of our Ctr 3. When you follow me and take a look on the inside, this customer wanted to have only carbon fiber visible and black leather. So you can see that we have black leather with a very big black stitching. We have our RUF steering wheel with the pedal shift for the double clutch gearbox, and then we have carbon fiber on small little details like the air outlets here or the center console. What is very special, we can basically provide any kind of seat according to your desires, to your individual body shape and feeling of comfort. This car is even combined with a regular seat belts you can use for everyday driving, or just the 5-point harness that you might use when you go on the racetrack racing for fun. And talking about everyday drivability, I would like to demonstrate the hydraulic lift system that all our cars provide. We have the two buttons in the center next to the gear lever that I will push in order to show you how the lift system can be operated.